Let's start with the unboxing experience and see what kind of accessories, if any, we get in the box with this graphics card. One thing I'll say right away is that I'm not a big fan of the packaging from ASUS. Yeah, you see that? It is extremely prone to tearing. The box inside is absolutely fine. It's just this outer layer is very fragile compared to other such cardboard packagings that I've come across in the past. Even on the premium RTX 5090 Astral, ASUS uses the same kind of material. So if you want to keep this outer shell for whatever reason, for example, I always do to resell my GPUs, yeah, it's not gonna look good because it will be all torn up. There's nothing really special on the back of the packaging, and when new, this graphics card comes sealed with these round-shaped stickers on both sides. Let's cut it on the right side. And I have to be very careful not to damage this packaging because, yeah, any kind of force will tear this outer packaging. And you see what I mean? Inside, there is a nice, durable box, TUF gaming, logos. Looks nice, actually, yeah. I really like it. Oh yeah, this is the top. So let's open it up. Very nice presentation. We get some foam padding at the top over here to protect the GPU from, any kind of external damage when it's in transit. Let's take a look at the accessories. We get a power adapter, two 8-pin, two 16-pin connector that this graphics card uses. And what else do we get here? A Velcro strap and a GPU support stand. This is actually very nice. It is metal. It's not massive, it's not huge. It's a subtle minimal design that will work in pretty much any PC build. And you get a screwdriver as a part of it. That is a cool touch. There we go. Just like that. You adjust it, fix it in place, that's it. That's your GPU support. I'm not sure if we'll need it, but it's good to have it nonetheless. Oh, there's also some kind of a badge here. Is this magnetic? Yeah, it's basically a magnet. So you can attach it to your PC case or a fridge, whatever floats your boat. Let's open it up and take a look at it closer. This is the back part, and here it is. It's glossy in some parts and matte in other parts. It's basically a TUF gaming logo. Some documents over here. It's just a quick start guide and whatnot. Look at that. There's also instructions for that GPU support stand. Certificate of reliability. Quick start guide. Manual. The GPU is neatly packaged into an anti-static bag with a piece of tape over here. Let's open it up. Check it out. There is a lot of protective film all around this graphics card. On the backplate, on the shroud, as well as on the bracket over here. Unfortunately, there is no pull tab that would help us start peeling this protection off of the backplate. Yeah, that is unfortunate, because we have to use something sharp and risk damaging the surface. Hold on a second, let me just try and... God damn it, yeah. I hate it when they don't include any pull tabs. There we go. This peel should be easier because there are quite a few places that are easy to start peeling, like the one over here. This is not a satisfactory peel. There's no satisfaction in this. Maybe at a later stage? Yes. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. A nice peel. Thankfully, there are pull tabs on these things, on the fans, so we can easily remove that protective film. And lastly, we should peel this, but let's remove the caps first. By the way, this graphics card has 2 HDMI and 3 display ports. There we go. That's all done. All the film has been peeled. I like the TUF gaming design style. It's like a gunmetal gray color. Plastic shroud at the front. Some elements have a brushed aluminum look. Others are just matte. This feels high quality. RTX logo at the top, with the TUF Gaming logo over here. The backplate is metal. And take a look at that 3D effect. It looks like there are dents over here in the backplate, but it's just an optical illusion. It's pretty cool. There's a decent cutout for the airflow. And let's take a look at the top of the card. We do have a single 16-pin connector over here at the top to power the GPU. ASUS recommends to pair this graphics card with a 750 watt power supply or better. Next to the power connector, we have a dual bias switch. Performance mode and quiet mode. By default, out of the box, it is set to the performance mode. We'll test what's the difference between the two later on in this video. Let's measure this thing. It is 330 millimeters long. In terms of thickness, it is just above 3 slots, so it is quite a thick card for an RTX 5070. And in terms of measurements, that is, hold on a second, what is it? About 66 or 65 millimeters. Yeah, I would say 65 millimeters thick and 141 millimeters tall. What about the weight? Let's see. 1,548 grams, 1.5 kilos. That is 3.41 pounds. The cooler design looks impressive. There are 6 heat pipes piercing through the heatsink on both sides. Take a look at that. A whole array through here. You can see some of those tips through here as well. Very nice indeed. Nice thick heatsink. And that heat plate over there on top of the GPU, it doesn't just cool the GPU, it also cools the memory chips. Look at that. The memory is actively cooled. And indeed, it is also cooled at the back. There are thermal pads installed to connect the back of the PCB where the memory is, and it connects it to the metal backplate to help dissipate some of that heat. So far, it looks quite impressive. Here's how it looks as part of a PC build. Pretty nice. It gives you the perfect opportunity to use other gunmetal grey PC parts, such as this King Bang DDR5 memory. Yeah, it looks good. There's a little bit of RGB lighting over here, and a few more stripes down there, but that is the extent of that. Not a lot of lighting on this card. I don't think it needs any GPU support because there is no flex and it feels very stable. However, if your PC case allows you to use that included GPU support stand, then might as well throw it in there. There's no harm.